What's up, guys? Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be covering dictionaries. Now, a dictionary, I know it might be a weird name for it, but just like if you have a dictionary and you look up a certain word, it gives you a definition, right? And so I guess that's the example I could use for this. Other names for it are called map and book. Those are two other names for this, but really it's the same thing. So what we can do, let's just say new, um, like we just say new dict. We'll say dict, which is an actual keyword, and then it's going to be, it creates a new one for us. We can also do this to create a new dictionary. And inside of here, we can say, like, for instance, name, and then I can say, like, Jamar, and these can be any types you want, comma, then we can do, like, age, and then so we can do 20, oops, like that. And so that's basically, like, how you would do it. So, for instance, if I want to print a certain thing from there, I can say print new dict of, and then I can say age or something, and we should get 20. So that's how you hard code it and then retrieve it. But what I want to do is I basically want to create a few things. I want to add some stuff to it. So I'm going to say, I'm going to create a quick for loop, just a habit of doing it. Something I also haven't showed you, which actually is really important. I'm so sorry for not showing you this in the if else video. Um, you can do and or. And basically that means you can have multiple conditions. So either and means both conditions have to be true, or meaning one of the two have to be true in order for it to work. They're pretty self-explanatory. Like, for instance, if I did if x is greater than 4 and x is less than 10, just like an inequality, it works. If I want to say or x is greater than 2, well, or x is, let's see, this wouldn't be a good example because it wouldn't really make sense. I guess we could say or x is or x is less than 10, or no, greater than 10. No, x is less than 10, right? Let's say x is less than 1. Okay, there we go. So if it's greater than 4 or less than 1. So basically if x is greater than 4 or less than 1, and that'd be another type of inequality you've probably seen before, the little line graph. And then like the not line graph, but like the number line, and then you have the little circles going with arrows one way and the other. That's what this is. So you can actually do that and it will work. So if just to prove it to you, if I did x is equal to 10, and so if it's greater, we can say print x, and you can see here we get 10. If I say that it's negative 1, we still get negative 1. So it's greater and less, and it still works. Now, if this is an and, this simply won't work, right? Nothing happens. Because literally, just to make it a little better, I could say else. Nothing happens. See? Because we didn't actually, it's not greater than 4 and less than 1, because that's impossible. It can't be greater than 1. Greater than 4 and less than 1. That doesn't make sense. So that's how it will work. Maybe it's some crazy type of mathematics with unreal numbers it might work. I don't know. So basically, that's like how you would do that. So now what I want to get into is I want to simply just create a few words. Like for instance, like we can do a for loop, and let's just say index in range 3. And so I just want to say, and above that, I want to kind of actually make something. So let's do dict is equal to empty, like that, because a dictionary is mutable, just like a list and a set. And what we want to do is, let's say new dict, and then we can actually assign it here like this. So we can say jump, for instance. I can say to push yourself off the ground with your legs, something like that, right? That's going to be the first one. And actually, I don't know why I did an index here, because we really don't need a loop here. I'm just adding it just to show you how to use it. So that's how you would do that. And if we actually print, now we can either print the entire dictionary as well. The print method is pretty handy. You can see here it shows the key and the value. If we want to just print the key, or not the key, but the value, you can see that there. Now there's other methods inside of here, such as clear, copy, from keys, get, where we can get a certain thing via the key. Like for this, we would say get jump like that, and then we can see here same thing. So it's the same way, just a different way of saying it. We can do pop, which removes one from the end again. We have items, which brings in the keys and the values, and then the values, which is just this here. So we want to say just keys like that, and we print it. We get the actual keys, which you see we only have one key. We can also make this key a number, so if we didn't want to do if we want to do a string, you can see we get a 1 and it still works. So dictionaries are extremely cool. I mean, if we do values here, you can see here we get the values, and if we say items, you can guess what that does. It gets the values and the items. So there's many different things you can do with this. Once again, just another data structure for you. I can just leave that here. And so that's it for this video. Next, I want to get into classes, because that's a really important topic, because that's like one of the main things you do with object-oriented programming, are classes, and it just makes your code look a lot neater. And so that's going to be a very important one. So stay tuned for that.